When we think about the presentation of our images, we can break that down into two categories. There are those images we wish to present in the form of a print, and those we wish to display on screen. Now, the techniques we need to use for print and for on-screen viewing is exactly the same for both, which makes this a valuable set of videos for audio-visual enthusiasts, because when you think about it, audio-visual is all about the presentation of images. In this category of videos, we've covered quite a bit of ground with individual videos on a multitude of subjects, understanding aspect ratio and how the 3:2 aspect ratio that most SLR cameras delivers fits in with the general standard we see today on our PCs, laptops, TV screens and projectors, which is generally 16:9 aspect ratio. How can we change image format to make the best use of our screens or our digital projectors? Well, we demonstrate how. We have a number of ways to do this, from the image size menu, the transform tools and also the content aware scale. This last option is so good, it's one of those tools that still has the ability to surprise and wow us when we see exactly what it can do. We look at rotating an image to improve composition and to present that image much better. Now, of course, that should be done wherever possible at the take-in stage, but we can't always achieve that. So here we look at techniques where we can do this in Photoshop, even when to do so we have to crop outside of the picture canvas size we're working with. Here we use our image editor to set up an image for perfect framing and printing. Any size or format image into any size or format frame. Simple techniques to make it all fit perfectly. Then we can send the whole lot off to the printer, or if we just want it for on-screen viewing, there it is. Here we're looking at more creative presentation techniques for print or on-screen use. We demonstrate the block mount technique and also the matte technique. They're so effective when printed that when we've taken our images to demonstrations, we've seen people running their fingers over the edges of the print to feel the raised surface, which in fact isn't there at all. One of the more creative ways of presenting an image is with a border created in colour harmony with the image. We use colours for our border taken from the image to achieve this. Present your images at their best. After all, we've spent enough money and time to get this far. Make them stand out for all the right reasons. The breakout technique is another creative presentation technique, and it's based on Photoshop's layers. It's actually pretty easy to create using the tools of Photoshop. Many photographers are aware of the triptych, the way we can display three images, usually on a theme, together. But in this section, we deal with how we plan and create that and many other layout options. Once again, it's great for print or on-screen viewing. We make use of the new smart guides in Photoshop and demonstrate how these layouts are so quick and easy to produce. As a byproduct, we learn quite a bit about layers too. This is definitely the way to create multiple images on a page. Create the artwork with just a series of shapes that will represent the images a little later. Once we have our artwork produced, we can drop the images into those shapes using the paste into technique or the clipping groups in Photoshop layers. It's simple, creative and fun too. In addition, it works really well for audio visual. At the end of the exercise, we're also left with templates that we can use again and again, or create derivatives from them. Painting with colour is another great technique, but if we do so using layers techniques, that retains the textures and details of the subject we have chosen. Colour a sail, or two, or three. In fact, why not colour them all in the colours you choose? This technique works with faded colour image restoration too, so it's a great technique for both creative and corrective editing. In our example, we've chosen to leave one sail white in a compositionally strong position, adding appeal and impact at the same time. The vignette is a common presentation effect, but it can also be used as a corrective tool as well as a creative one. It can be used in a variety of ways, and we demonstrate many of those in our video, especially the vignette that adds power and impact to an image, but without even being noticed. Here we demonstrate the cutup technique. Now, I'm sure there's many different names for this, but generally speaking, it's where we take a fairly bold subject and present it in a unique way using the tools of Photoshop and Photoshop layers. In our video, we create this particular image from start to finish, and with a few subtle differences too. But there are many other ways we can approach this technique. Creative edge effects are available everywhere, but it's so easy to make your own, and it's far more rewarding too. Here we show you how to work in layers so that we could create, say, 6 edges and then mix and match them to make many more than the original 6 we made. We add one edge to another, and those that work we save, those that don't we change. We demonstrate how to apply the edges in white, black, or in fact any colour or texture you wish. There are a number of useful textures that are available within Photoshop when it's installed, and we can use those on our images or our frames, or both in fact. But when we get tired of those, why not create your own from the images you shoot? In this video we show you how easy that is. Here we have the jigsaw technique. Use our action and jigsaw templates with either 8, 28, 60, 84, 120 or 180 pieces. And finally, we show you how easy it is to make a presentation like this. After all, what better presentation method is there for on-screen viewing?